you have kind of on your channel bashed meat eaters when it comes, about eating meat. When does individual choice come in? Like, so do you like have a problem with people who do eat meat? When I did learn about veganism, it was their ultimate goal is to kind of spread their message.
Yep.
It's kind of cultish, with not
Meat
every
eating is a cult. Meat eating is a cult. I mean,
meat.
fine, you want to call veganism a cult, cool, but meat eating is a cult, and it's a blood ritual sacrifice, so it's a cult.
It's a,
Yeah,
but
like
you
meat
would
eating
say,
is like 95% of the planet is meat eating. You guys
uh-huh,
have the majority. You
right.
got a handful of vegans who think, wow, man, this systemic fucking slaughtering and butchering of animals is pretty fucked up. I
Mhm.
think it's unfair to call vegans a cult. Like meat
I
eating is
don't
a
think
cult.
so. Well,
Meat eating is a cult.
whether you want to call them a cult or not, at least meat eaters, they're not, lecturing and trying to convert people who are
Meat
vegans.
eaters lecture people all the time. How many meat eaters, when Cecil the lion was killed,
Hmm.
a huge number of people were so outraged.
Yeah.
People were lecturing each other. When there's a news story, a dog was tortured in some guy's apartment by some psychopaths. Most meat eaters will bitch and complain about that.
Hmm.
Okay? Most meat eaters will get all up in your business over a dog, local animal abuse. They will get all preachy and vegan-y. The only difference is that vegans are more consistent in their preachiness. They'll take it to your diet. They'll take it to the effects of your dietary choices and get preachy. Meat eaters are preachy too. Go kick a meat eater's dog and tell me how that meat eater will react. Like a preachy ass vegan. Facts.
Okay. But I mean, when I say that, there is that cognitive dissonance. I do agree. I mean, like I said, when I was vegan, yeah, I would have conversations with people and say, hey, why do you eat meat? Do you realize this is bad? Da, da, da. You realize what's happening to the animals? And they would say, oh, well, I don't believe in that for all animals. I believe, they see it's okay to eat chickens and all those other species, but yes, they have a problem with dogs. And and I would say, or they would say, oh, it's because of intelligence. And I would say, well, pigs. I think there's studies that do show that pigs
Yep.
are smarter than dogs.
Yep.
When it comes to slaughterhouses trying to kill pigs, they
Yep.
have to like make the pathway like winding so they don't know where to go.
Yep.
Sometimes pigs will realize what's happening and like have, faint and pass out because of fear, and they do know what's happening. So I kind of think that's not a valid excuse. For me though, it's
So wait, hold up. Hold up. Let
good.
me ask you that. Let me just ask you that.
What's up?
So will you say that meat eaters are preachy vegans who get all up in people's business when it comes to dogs that are being abused? That they will go full
Anybody.
SJW moral preaching?
I mean, anybody who sees animal cruelty or something happening to another
Yes.
animal would do that. I don't think that's
That's getting all up in people's business. Isn't it just the business of a guy who wants to torture a dog to torture a dog? I mean, I've seen it. Like when there's a story that some maniac decides he wants to torture a dog in his apartment because it's his religion. Like meat eaters go up in arms. They go crazy. Like how dare they want to pass laws to make it illegal to abuse animals? Like
But the
I
difference
mean,
is they're not doing it for meat. They're not doing it for food. If there was a way that we could kill animals, and not have torture, not have suffering, but people, the demand for the food is there.
well, they'll get angry over the Yulin Dog Meat Festival that happens in China every year.
I agree. I think that's hypocrisy. I think,
All
hey,
right, well, cool.
right. I
But my
completely.
point is that that's the mass majority of meat eaters who are doing that. So they're being very. My point is your original point was that vegans get up all in people's businesses. Well, the vast majority of meat eaters will get all angry about the Yulin dog meat festival in China where they're eating dogs. So if your point is that vegans as a group are preachy and all up in your business, the average meat eater who gets angry about the Yulin Dog Meat Festival and wants to, says, fuck all those Chinese people, they're such pigs, they want to get up in the business. They probably want the UN to pass laws to ban shit like that that's going on over there. So as
Yeah.
a group, I don't think vegans are the only ones being preachy. And the hypocrisy goes across the board with the meat eating group, but at least vegans are consistent in that they're going to get angry not just about the dog being tortured, but the pig being tortured in the factory farm. So to me, they're just being more consistent.
Sure, they're being more consistent. I have to concede on that. It is true. Cognitive dissonance is something that we do every day with many things. You know, I openly admit, yeah, I am paying when I buy meat. If I'm buying meat from somewhere, if I'm buying a sandwich, if I'm buying meat at the grocery store, I am paying for that meat to come for someone else to.
Fight back against YouTube censorship by supporting me on Patreon. You'll also get access to exclusive, never-before-seen videos and other perks like monthly Google Hangouts with me, free books and t-shirts, and more.